Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. You're now entering the mind of an Antares moon. And I'm here to carry out God's duties and responsive motherfucking abilities. La da da. Now check this out. I'm here to talk about courage. Keep your motherfucking courage intact. Keep your courage intact. And I'm going to show y'all, and I'm going to teach y'all right now how to keep your motherfucking courage intact. Because right now, courage itself is under attack. Courage itself is under attack. Now, listen, I don't want people to think I'm drinking Aquafina right here. Don't think I don't know about what's going on. I know what's going on with acidic water and water pH levels and all that shit. I know this is a acidic ass water. I know that. But can't shit hurt me. Anyway, ain't no metals and solids and shit. All I gotta do is do what I do over shit, and the shit is clear. I can go out and drink the muddiest fucking water in the street. That water gonna be the cleanest water you ever seen in your life. If you're around me, you ain't gonna have no sense of dirtiness. Now check this out. Now, reason why I want to talk about courage is because courage, here's what's going on right now. We're in the age, we're in a cusp. We're not even actually in the age of Aquarius. Won't be in the age of Aquarius for the next 100 years. Tell you right now, we're in a cusp. Next 100 years, we're going to be in a cusp. But we're going to be fully in that cusp. We're in a cusp range though. So this is a very amazing time, but it's a very poor time to be living in also. Because we're having deflection of energies. Now we left the yin energy, which is the age of Pisces, and we're going into a yang energy, which is the age of Aquarius. But that's on a large scale. What many people don't know is the air element of the signs carry the yin aspect of the yang. You have yin and yang. Yin is earth and water. Yang is fire and air. Now, within the yang, this is why they say air signs and fire signs are compatible. Because within the yang, you have to have a yin and a yang on a smaller scale. The air is the yin, the fire is the yang, and the yangs. Now in the yins, the earth is the yang, and the water is the yin of the yins, right? So we're here to interchange these. So we need a complete yin and a complete yang. A complete yang is the fire. A complete yin is the water. And then it gets interchanged. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we need. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like that because we're doing everything on a smaller scale. Now when it comes to courage, see what happens is us being on a cusp, we're hopping out of a yin energy and going into a yang yin energy. So this is why air signs are communicative, because to communicate you have to have inner thoughts, right? Now these inner thoughts, in order to communicate them, you have to express these inner thoughts. So this is the dilemma with the air signs. Air signs are extroverted because they take within and out. A lot of fire signs may appear introverted because they take out and put in. So when the fire comes to a problem, they super extroverted. You know what I'm saying? When the air comes to a problem, they super introverted because it's already the polar opposite. You know what I'm saying? Fire signs are already extroverted along with the air, but then I just explained the little dilemma. Now here's what's going on. Because the age of Aquarius is the yang, but the yin of the yang. You know what I'm saying? It's a yang, but it's the yin of the yang. Like I said, the yang is the fire and air. The yin version of the yang is air. So we're stuck at a cusp where we're at 0 degrees, maybe slightly still ending 29 degrees of Pisces. But I'm gonna say we go ahead and end 0 degrees of Aquarius as the astrological age we're in right now. Now, so we're in a cusp. We're in a cusp of yin and in a cusp of a yang version of yin. So right now, what's going on is the yin energy is super powerful right now, super powerful, and you got a lot of yin beings that's not really here for your good nature, taking courage and reciprocating it and reutilizing it to a yin's benefit. Now, it's turning courage into something negative. Now, on a small scale, negative and positive can become wrong or right. But on a larger scale, there's no such thing as wrong or right, just negative and positive charges. Now, with this, courage is originally a yang-based energy. Courage. Now, where I'm from, courage kind of looks like, you know that long, on the what's the Olympics, where you got the girls and the dudes running with a long ass stick. I forgot what it's called. And then when they get to the destination, they put the stick down and do the high jump over the shit. Now, courage looks like that. Not what the people are actually doing, but the actual stick that they use, the tool. Courage is a tool. Courage is a weapon where I'm from. It's an energy sigil. And the only way I can explain it, and the only kind of words I can use to bring where I live at and what I see here to make y'all best understand it, is it's like a weapon. It's like a tool. You know what I'm saying? Same way, the best way I can explain what I do as Archangel Uriel here on Earth is stand on the pilot man, on the flight boss. You know what I'm saying? But that's here or there. Courage looks like that stick, you know what I'm saying? It kind of it's a weapon, and it's used for us to get over things. You know what I'm saying? To jump over hurdles and to overcome fear. You know what I'm saying? To overcome laziness, to overcome depression, to overcome. This is what courage is used for, to overcome things, to jump over things. Now, it comes from a positive charge. Now, since yin is a little bit in control now, and everything is in chaos because we're in a cusp, and it's like water being blowed, like it's like a pool being blown by heavy winds. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on right now. Heavy turbulence might be. We're living in a hurricane type of time right now, a tornado kind of time right now, where the water and the tides and the air and everything and surfing the waves and all that is emphasized right now. It's very emphasized. Air and water emphasized. So what's going on is like this. It's taking courage. It's taking a yin aspect, which is courage, and reciprocating it into the yin. And now it's being played out through characters on a smaller scale here on Earth. Now, let's talk about the Kardashians. The Kardashians have an immense amount of yin energy. People want to... Now, you have to have a balance in whatever you do. But even if you don't, that doesn't mean you're not going to get to where you have to get. Now, the Kardashians as a whole, as a family, is they have an immense amount, a large amount of yin energy being reciprocated and used from generations, from beings, all kind of shit. Now, here's a perfect example of why they have a lot of yin energy, but they don't have a good amount of yang energy to balance it out. Because what happens is they're rich and famous, but then now you have people not understanding why they're rich or famous, and their whole fame is predicated off negativity. So what happens is you have people asking questions like, why don't they don't have no talent? Why are they famous? She got Kim Kardashian only famous for a sex tape. Think about how they got famous. Sex, lies, scandals. That's television, creating stories for television, all that shit, the scandal. This is how they got famous. Fucking with other famous people, absorbing their energy vortex and utilizing it for their own purposes. Now, they're using a very high dosage of yin energy, and I don't know if this is based on generation. They might have generational ties through beings. Like they might have family. Kardashian may have family that's still esoteric but very powerful to this day. Like you have a lot of esoteric beings that's not physical, that's more powerful than others. The same way you got like the government and the police and the levels of the legislation and all that shit down there. That's the same way it is metaphysically. In space and everything, you have some people more powerful than others. Now, Kardashian may have ties and family beings that's in the esoteric realm a lot more powerful than others. So they're getting another healthy dosage. And they're using so much yin energy. This is how you know they don't have a mitzvah amount of yang to balance it out. Because everything that they do gets a negative annotation behind it. Yeah, they might got a lot of money. Yeah, they might got a lot of fame. But the shit that come behind it ain't balancing it out. So you have a lot of you have a lot of people looking at them in a negative light. That's a perfect example of someone using a lot of yin energy and how they get their money. Now, a person using a lot of yang energy but not using a lot of yin energy, these people may come across as everybody knows why they're famous. Everybody shedding them positivity and stuff like that. But behind it, they don't have the yin aspects. This person may be real famous and have a meaning to say and everything, but won't even get paid $1 for it. You know what I'm saying? Won't even be that famous for it. You know what I'm saying? But he's doing a good job, and he's using a lot of yang. Everybody know all the talents he can do or she can do. Everybody know all the good things they've done and all that shit like that. But yet you have someone doing a lot of negative shit way more popular. Now that's the perfect example of a person using a lot of yang but don't got the yin to balance it. Now if you could balance this shit like me, you can have yin and yang, right and left. So it's like you got the money to match your talent. You got the talent to match your money. So nobody could be like, he got all that money but he ain't worth it. Or nobody could be like, he got all that talent but why ain't he getting prosperity for it? No, it's right there. It's right there. But let's get back to the Kardashians, because reason why I want to bring them up is because they have so much yin energy over there, and since the yin energy is what's going on for the next 2,000 years, what's going to happen is the yang gets opposed. Just like we just got out of the yang, which was the age of Pisces, and what got opposed was the earth. Now you have air stepping in, and it's a yang with a yin aspect, but what gets opposed is the fire. So yang in general is a little weaker now. Even though Aquarius is a yang sign, the yang aspect is weakened because it's a yin yang. It's like we just jumped out of yin yin and went into yang yin. You know what I'm saying? And everybody has its turn. Like when it's the fire age turn, well, that's a yang yang. And then when we in the, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You got the yang yin. The yang yin is when we in the earth sign as an age. So we in yang yin. Right now we're in yang yin. We're in yang yin from an air perspective, but we're leaving out of yin yin. So, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? So it's like what's going on is the yin is way more powerful on the earth. So anybody using yin energy gonna appear more powerful. So that's one of the reasons why you go across a lot of people's videos and look up and research the age of Aquarius. People say this is the dark times, this is the evil times. What I just explained was the actual reason why it's looked at like that. Because we're in the yang yin. That's and everything I said before that, that's exactly the reason why they look at it like that. But see, astrologers may not know that. They may just be, you know what I'm saying, looking at the transits and seeing what's going on and putting pieces together and coming up with that. But it don't matter how you see it, what perception or how you explain it, it all comes to the same thing. Everything is from the source. Like you might say hi to somebody, and then in the next minute you might tell somebody I'm high. And you used it in two different concepts, two different perceptions, two different contents. One, you're saying you're high because you smoked something, and one, you're saying high because you're greeting someone. You know what I'm saying? Now, the word high itself comes from one place, one sigil. Now, high is a frequency vibration for us to even make a word out of it and make sigils out of it, which is the H and the I. You know what I'm saying? or however you want to spell it, which is a spell. You know what I'm saying? Which is sigils. So high is a frequency that came from a sound. Now the sound didn't come from us first. It came from however the planets may have crossed each other, or a relationship, or whatever sound it did, or whatever planet may turn into another planet, whatever. I'm still trying to figure out what planet may have created the right position and the right direction to go to make that sound high. You know what I'm saying? But before we get to there, I'm actually letting you know how it was created. Now, it was a certain transit, certain planet that did a certain way and a certain angle to another planet, created an orb, and it created the frequency high. So it was like, and made that, and that started getting reciprocated in its own vortex and started coming around. Now, and then once it reached Earth on a lower scale, we could take the word high and use it in so many different perceptions and all that. Now, the reason why I said that is because that's what goes on with everything. I'm trying to let you understand where everything comes from, how everything gets reciprocated, and then it depends on your perception on things or whatever like that. So as far as the Kardashians, you know what I'm saying, they're using a lot of yin energy, and what happens is you have Bruce Jenner, who's been absorbed. His vortex has been absorbed by Kris Jenner, like Bruce Jenner. His vortex have been absorbed of all the masculine yang he may have. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it got replaced with yin, and since we're in a yin time, it makes him feel more comfortable with expressing this. So now you have him wanting to be a female. Now, there's nothing wrong with anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't want any fags, gays, homos, or anything to get offended about what the fuck I'm saying. But at the end of the day, you're going to have to realize it is what it is. You can't sugarcoat nothing. Every word comes from one place, a source anyway. So it doesn't matter. We're all right at the end of the day. That was my whole point of doing a little high analogy. Because you can explain something entirely different than the way I explain it. But it all comes from the same source. You know what I'm saying? Until all of us reach that same vine, that same source line, we're all going to have different perceptions and shit like that. But we're all right. Nobody's wrong. And we're all wrong. Nobody's right. But for me to say that, I want to say this. It's like he got took over by the yin energy, and now on a smaller scale, he's reciprocating Bruce Jenner. He's reciprocating all this yin energy. Now this is why he's famous now. He's even more famous than he was as a male now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the yin energy is very potent right now in the universe, and anybody utilizing it is going to get it. Now he did some very negative things. He was a male first. He used the yin quality to go get titties. Now when it gets reciprocated, he's going to get praised for it. He's going to get praised for that now. He's not. If we was in another age, maybe not. In this age, you will get praised for that. Now he looks like a woman. Now what's going on is, reason why I wanted to start this video in the first place and talk about courage is because he's actually getting the ESPN award, the Courage Award. Now I want people to understand that he's being used by yin beings, and since he's a popular figure, that's something that entice these beings and these spirits out here. And when they see it, that's something they drink and eat off of. They drink and eat off what you eat and drink, what you think. Like that's how like the same way how the moon eat and shit with the waning and the waxing. It's the same way these beings come down here and eat off your moon. They eat off what you're thinking, what you feeling inside, how you feel, and then they get attached to something like that, and then you feed them. So the more negative you is, the more a negative being can come and eat off your negativity and use and dry you all up to the point that they did what they had to do. Then when you no longer decide to be negative because you ain't got no more left in you, you wonder why you wore the fuck out. And you wore out because you done got took the fuck over for a couple minutes. And a couple minutes to them maybe years or something to you in a physical form. You know what I'm saying? And what happens is the yin is very potent, so it's making Bruce Jenner very potent to the public right now. Now they took this, right? So they've been working, yin and yang been working. Yin Ben took this courage from Yang, right? And now they found a spokesperson. So now they finna have a government and all that type of shit, set things in place esoterically to make the world as right now, all of us feel comfortable with things like this. Make shit like this seem normal. For a male to go get boobs and shit like that. Make that feel normal. Now once they work out the laws and all that shit esoterically, now it's gonna start getting put out externally, within us. Now it's going to start getting put out externally. So what happens is you have more and more people doing this and getting famous. Now the reason why I say the yin is taking it, because courage is a yang energy. So when yin takes it, this is what's going to happen in the future if we let this happen. We're going to have a whole generation thinking courage under a yin energy, and everybody going to be using courage for the wrong purposes. What Bruce Jenner is doing is not courage, but it's going to appear that way for the next generation. See, yin is working hard right now, and we have to balance both of these in our lives. But we have to understand what times we in, and we're in a yin time right now. So it's like this is what's going to happen. Generations is going to come up thinking that you have courage by doing similar things to Bruce Jenner. Now, it may be a person who may not feel like he need to do a sex change, but it may be another extreme. It may be a person who feel like, well, instead of me doing this, I'm going to do a complete 360 and do that. And it could be something that's not beneficial to mankind or the person's natural energies. But they feel like they may have courage by doing that because it may gain popularity or success, which is a bunch of yin things. So what happens is, see, yin on a broader scale means a lot of things that comes with what you may call. See, I don't want to use negative and positive on this scale, because when you talk about large scales, it's negative and positive. But when you say negative and positive, people is so embedded in programs, they have no choice but to still connect it to good or bad. And I'm so far ahead now that I always feel like if I do say that, I gotta come and explain. So I hate doing that, you know what I'm saying? But here we go. Let's just say yin and yang, right? Yin and yang on a large scale. Yin, when it comes down to a small scale, it reciprocates to everything negative. When yang comes down to a small scale, it reciprocates to everything positive. So when a person got a lot of money on earth, they're using a lot of yin energy. Now, if that person know how to balance it and put yang, because money itself has a lot of yin energy behind it. The person who's carrying it may not have a lot of yin, but the money itself, the money, when it gets expressed out, when it gets spent, it turns into yang, because it makes people happy or feel positive that they could go buy something from what they want. But before it gets to that exchange hand and then you just have it and you did everything you had to do to get it in the first place, that's the yin. And you had to do a lot of negative things. There's a lot of negative things. They make you work hard every day for some money. They make you do crazy things for some money. You can't get what you want without no money. That leaves a negative annotation in your brain, right? Wake up, nigga, that's yin, motherfucker. I'm trying to break this shit down for y'all. The simplest way. You know what I'm saying? You can't be just going to listen to anybody and have them explain to you. You're going to leave off like, damn, what the fuck? No, I'm letting you know the pinpoint it. I'm letting you know where that instant you feel it in your life when you're not watching no astrology. When you going on your everyday life, I'm here to explain to people for when you feel it in that instant. When you ain't around your phone to look up something. When you ain't around a computer. You can just listen to my voice and what I'm kicking is it. That is it. That's it. So you don't need none of that. I can detach this whole age of Aquarius if I want to. I don't need computers. I go outside, put my hand on a goddamn tree and communicate with all you motherfuckers. For real. I don't need this shit, but since we in the age of Aquarius, it's here for us to utilize it. So I'm going to take that yin and balance it with my yang. and let y'all know I'm sincere about this shit. I'm not doing this shit for no money. I'm not making a video for y'all to do this, that, and the third, to be looked at a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But I don't got no choice but to be looked at a certain way because I'm actually doing it. So I'm taking my yin and then I'm mixing it with yang, and I'm letting y'all know I'm sincere and this is real. And I'm not just doing this for money and shit. So I'm explaining to y'all that. So that's a complete balance right there. That's a balance. You know what I'm saying? And with this shit going on right now, you got yin taking yang, reciprocating it into its traits, and you're gonna have a generation thinking that courage, you have to do these things to be looked at like you got courage. When that's wrong. Listen, it didn't take Bruce Jenner courage to get a sex change. It took money, and he already has money. So he didn't have a negative annotation in his brain. He woke up, had an idea, had an opinion about himself, and went through with it because he had the money to do it. Now I give him a courage award if something happened that he would die if he don't get a sex change or something like that. That takes real courage, because a person may not want to die, but they not necessarily want a sex change, so they had to do it. It took courage to do that. It don't take no courage to wake up one day and you have the money to already do it and you do it. If you already got the money to do it, you don't got no negative annotation in your brain to be like, damn, I want to be a woman, but how I'm going to do it? You don't even got that thought. Then that already diffuses it. Then you got motherfuckers like, okay, he wake up, he got the money, and then it's just an idea, I want to be a woman today, go do it. That's not courage. That's something else. That's something else that's already a yin energy. And yin ain't no gooder or badder than yang. Yang done took a lot of yin shit and tried to make it yang. Anybody who false prophets, that's a yin person who try to turn it yang. A nigga who out here like preachers and shit, scientists and shit, niggas who come out here who be like, oh no, it should be this way because we do the studies and shit like that, and it can only be this way, and curse you if you ain't looking at it this way. You know what I'm saying? And you curse. Fucking that's like preachers and shit like that. Like you could be a fucking Muslim, you step into a Christian church, you start getting judged. Preachers and shit like that start talking underline and overlines and shit like that. That's fucking false. That's using yin for yang, because you're taking a yin principle, which you're gathering up people's emotions and feelings and trying to gather souls and spirits and shit, but you're using it for your own personal gain and for your own programs. And then you may not ever know you're doing it because you might be in a program. Nigga, that's yin, that's yang taking some yin shit and trying. So don't get it mistaken like it's one or the other. I'm not putting these two against each other. I'm just letting you know what it is. This is what it is. So you know what I'm saying? You got this cat being the spokesperson for yin, right? For yin, as in they're finna pass the law that courage is officially yin. And I'm trying to tell people, no, keep your motherfucking courage. Keep your courage within and use it for what it's supposed to be used for, which is getting over shit. You don't use courage to do shit when you just got an idea. Look, I got an idea for a song right now. It don't take courage for me to go do it, because I can go do it. I got my own studio. I don't got to wake up and be like, damn, how am I gonna do this song? I don't got no negative annotations. I just wake up, get the idea, go fucking down there and do it. That ain't take no motherfucking courage. Same way as him. So keep your motherfucking courage. Keep your courage sacred. Keep your courage for you. And make sure you exert courage anytime there's possible. And don't get confused. Courage is your yang, is a yang energy, and you use courage to overcome anything. You use courage to overcome, not undercome. You don't use courage to do an idea. It takes courage to do an idea, but not in the aspect of if you already can do the idea. I can see if you can't do the idea. If you already can do the idea, that's something else. That's not courage. Use courage to overcome. Don't use courage for yin abilities. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me coming out here killing 100 cops for cops could stop killing black people. That's using yin and trying to turn it into yang. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's using that's you can't do that. You can't do that. Because, yeah, I might think that's a good thing to do because they killing all black people, so I think I should go kill all cops. But that's taking the yin, how I feel, and putting it into yang, and that's the wrong way to go about it. You know what I'm saying? You don't do that. So, that's not courage. You know what I'm saying? So, I just need everybody to keep their courage. Keep your courage for overcoming. Don't use your courage for fame. Don't use your courage for I can't even sit here and explain what's going on in Bruce Jenner's head. Caitlyn Jenner, whatever the fuck you want to call him. But if y'all really want this to disappear, all you gotta do is ask me and participate. That's all you have to do. If I can get 100 million people, 100,000 people, whatever. If this video can get popular and I can just spread this word and tell everybody, just don't watch the ESPN Awards. Don't give it no attention. Don't give none of your energy to that vortex. For that vortex could get any bigger. Because it's already going to be all over the TV. People are already talking about it now in a yin aspect. People are hating on ESPN because they're using the yin energy and using the spokesperson for yin energy to get more popular. So it don't matter if you're talking about it negative or positive. You're still I'm giving it energy right now just talking about it. But see, my intent is always pure. My intent is to help. Other people's intent, you may get somebody talking about their shit just to get more views on their YouTube page. You may see somebody talking about the ESPN Awards and why Bruce Jenner, Caitlyn Jenner getting an award just so their views could go up. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I'm here for the truth of the human being. Human being. Your left side, the human. Right side, the being. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for that. I'm not here for that other shit. So my intent is more pure. My vortex will come back more. My orb go through the sphere of reality and come back to me clean. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna come back to me with all that other shit attached to that shit. And I'm here to tell people, look, keep your look. You want this to go away? Don't even give it no attention. Don't even remember it came on. None of that. Don't do none of that. Watch how much Yang jump in. Watch how much they try to get y'all to see it now. Watch how many websites you try to go on, the shit that just pop up. Hey people, remember the ESPN Awards? We no longer having Bruce Jenner win this award. Oh, you gonna see all kind of shit. And then there you go, you're satisfied. You have to work with the energies the right way. That's why I'm here for the world. Complaining about it ain't gonna be there. You have to work with it the right way. Just leave it from the sphere of reality. Don't watch it. Forget Bruce Jenner even did a sex change. Watch how fast something flipped. Oh, he went back to male. Oh, ESPN Awards not supporting that. Watch how much other shit get thrown in your face. And then at this point, don't even pay that shit no mind. Let that shit die out and disappear. Let's get some other energy going on in this motherfucker. Some other reciprocations going on, nigga. Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. Oh, crabs, air. Archangel Uriel, nigga. Here to carry out God's duties and responsibilities, motherfucker. Fuck with me.